Hello everyone, it's Adam here. In this video, I will just be again relaying some thoughts, ideas based on the epiphanies that have been coming to me as I continue to go out on a weekly basis. I'm out there, I'm in the field, as they say, challenging myself to put myself into social situations with strangers, meeting people, meeting women, constantly trying to get out of my comfort zone. This is a never-ending journey, and for you as well, this journey, well, it will end someday, but it's a never-ending journey in the sense that the skills that you could learn, the experiences that you could have, they're never going to be done. Now, depending on what your goals are in this area, maybe you want to date a lot of different people. You wanna meet a lot of different people. Maybe you're looking to find a wife. Maybe you're looking to just find that one special person. I guess that's something that you want to basically take stock of and maybe sit down and actually write out your vision for your life and what you imagine that to look like in the future. That way you have something to shoot for. Now, lately, something that has been a real challenge, and I think that this is basically the thing that's going to be the most challenging for anybody, is just to be consistent in your actions, setting up a schedule, creating processes and habits and routines that you would like to cultivate yourself, and then actually sticking with that for maybe the rest of the time that you're here on this planet. And that is a difficult thing to do. It's so much easier just to relax and not think about the time that you have in a day, or not think about the actions that you're taking, just to basically live unconsciously, to basically just be compulsively doing whatever you're driven to do at the time. Oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna go eat something. Oh, I feel like making a video right now, I'm gonna go make a video. Oh, I feel like going and whacking off or something like this. Instead of being deliberate and intentional with your actions, the work never stops. When you concede on one thing, you're going to find that then you're conceding on other areas of your life that you're looking to improve, or that you're looking to affect and take control over. So it's an insidious thing. It's one little concession at a time, just a small little concession. You think it doesn't really mean much, but it's the small things that count. So, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Basically, if you want to get good at this area of your life, if you want to improve with women, I mean, when I first got into this, I was in a thrift store. I was just getting into reading. I had an older brother. At that time, I was kind of coming from a life that I was just kind of stepping out of. Got into reading, read the book Iron John, and then I'm in this thrift store. I'm kind of that sort of spurred me to get onto this self-development journey. Actually, there was another guy that I was working with at the time too, and he had actually suggested reading The Power of Now. And my mother was a big reader at that time, and she actually had that book at our house, and I read that book, and I really resonated with it at the time. And then I was in this thrift store, and I see the book The Game, and for whatever reason, well, the reason is actually that there was times when I was younger, and people would say, oh, Adam, he has no game. Or I would be listening to rap music, and they would be talking about game in this. So this term was in my head, and then I see this book, and it says The Game, and I read this book, The Game. And that sort of then was the catalyst to then me going down this rabbit hole of the pickup artistry, or even just starting to realize that you could improve in all facets of your life, but also socially and with women. And it was very empowering because at that time I didn't feel like that I had a lot of control over my life. And maybe you don't feel like you have a lot of control over your life. Maybe you, like, even that concept of not feeling like I had a lot of control over my life, the concept of being a victim, not even realizing that that's actually the headspace that I was in, felt like feeling like a victim, feeling like I didn't really have much control over my circumstances or the results that I was going to have in life. Just kind of taking whatever came my way. Not being a problem solver, not looking for solutions. I mean, even when I was looking to be a professional skateboarder and I was working towards that goal in my life with basically no guidance, no help in that field, when I would be needing shoes or I would need a new skateboard, I mean, of course, I mean, what can you expect from a 12-year-old kid, a 13-year-old kid? I mean, unless you have people that are instilling good values in you and maybe unless you're being turned on to these different concepts and ideas or people instilling work ethic into you, or even just a simple idea of going out and getting a job and working for yourself, or the 10,000 hour rule, or understanding that you only need so much hours to put into a specific field to get world-class results out of that thing, which means then you can allocate time to these other areas of your life that are also going to help you with your main goal, whether that's going out, getting a job, working on your finances, nutrition, eating the right foods, what you're feeding your mind, high level content, positive reinforcement, taking control over the influences in your life, even the friends that you have, self-esteem, self-confidence, all of these things that you have control over, like not knowing any of that stuff, being 12 years old, 13 years old. So, I'm not hard on myself, but it's just looking back, hindsight's always 20/20, but not realizing that, hey man, you can get out and get a job and you can buy new shoes. You can get a job and then you can afford to buy the skateboard. Don't just wait for somebody to sponsor you and for them to provide you with what you need, or wait for somebody to come along and basically put you on and make you successful. It's like, that's on you. You need to make yourself successful. You need to be auditing your life and being honest with yourself and looking at the actions that you're taking on a daily basis, and then saying, hey, are these actions that I'm taking, are they likely to get me the results that I want? And if you really want it, you're going to have to change your lifestyle. You're going to have to cultivate the proper habits. You're going to have to cultivate routines and processes for yourself. And it's about consistency. So the same thing goes with something like your dating life and your social life. And it depends on also what that vision is that you have for yourself and what it is that you want to accomplish in this area. Maybe you just want to have like a baseline feeling of competency in this area, but understand that socializing, communication, this is something that is involved in everything that you do in life, whether it's in your work or your family life, whatever it is. We're social beings. There's humans around everywhere. So it's a great skill set to have. It's a great skill set to work on, and it's fun too. And when you, I know when I was younger, I wasn't really concerned about meeting women and improving that area of my life. But the thing is that I didn't think that was something that I could improve. So I actually wasn't very happy. I was being, I went through challenging times where I felt like I wasn't really able to meet the kinds of friends that I wanted, or I wasn't really getting treated the way I thought that I deserved to be treated. I wasn't getting the respect that I felt like I deserved. I wasn't getting the results and the success that I felt like I deserved. But what you don't realize is that, there's so many areas that you could be focusing on. It's not just about being good at skateboarding or being good at making lots of money. It's also about how do you relate to other people, understanding that there's these dynamics going on that you might not even realize. Now, if you have family or you have people in your life that basically the idea is that there's unconditional love there. There's no conditions needed to be accepted or to be loved. But when you're out making friends, when you're trying to make it in this world, there's conditions. People only want to be friends with somebody or make connections with someone that they are somehow getting something from. What are you providing? What kind of value are you providing to the people that you're looking to make friends with, just as much as what are you receiving from them? This is going on. Or when you're in when you're in a bar or a club or a social environment, realize that you're in an environment, it's a competitive environment. People don't necessarily care about you. The reality of life is that people get murdered, people are being mocked, made fun of, character assassination attempts. People are trying to position themselves as higher value by degrading the competition, and you can read about these things in evolutionary psychology and in psychology and social dynamics, and you can look into these different concepts and ideas. But this is the cold-hearted world that people live in. No one really cares about your success. That's why some of the main things and some of the best things you can do in this field, and it does help you to cultivate these things, is giving yourself recognition, not looking for anybody else to give you recognition, not looking for anyone else to validate you, but validating yourself, giving yourself recognition, loving yourself, supporting yourself, believing in yourself, having that self-esteem, and not allowing yourself to be brought down from the criticisms of others. That's huge. And that's sort of a lot of the things that you will develop when you're out there meeting people, approaching women, because you're going to get rejected. You're going to get rejected. You're not everyone's going to want to pursue a intimate relationship with you. And that's a huge thing to ask for as well. And you're not guaranteed anything in this journey. You're not guaranteed anything in life. So, one of these ideas that I think is important to understand is that you are entitled to nothing except your actions. So then appreciate that you can actually go after what you want. You appreciate that you have the ability to dream or to go after things that are meaningful for you. The Golem effect, the Pygmalion effect. Understand that people can have presumptions and opinions about you, whether they're favorable or unfavorable. And sometimes if you're not careful, you end up rising to the opinions that maybe people are setting for you that are good, or you might fall to the negative opinions that people have about you. And you can look into those concepts as well. And you might have been conditioned at a young age from the experiences that you've been through, when you don't understand that these dynamics are going on, or when you don't understand the psychology about human beings or about yourself. And you're definitely more susceptible to failure, being brought down, if you don't start taking control over the influences and the people in your life. That's on you. So it's fully your responsibility. And if you're not getting results in this area too, audit yourself. Are you only sticking to your comfort zone? Are you only going out in the day and just doing a few approaches here and there? Are you, depending on how dedicated you are to this, are you going out and putting in the hours? Are you putting in the reps? Are you analyzing your nights? Are you looking at what you could be doing better? Are you looking at what you do well? Are you giving yourself credit for the progress that you are making, no matter how small, and building off of that? And then as well as looking at all the other areas that you can be affecting to get even more results for yourself that you're looking to have. Whether that's getting a coach like myself, reaching out to me at datingdestruction@gmail.com and working together, having somebody that's like myself that's been doing this for 13 years that definitely can help speed up the learning process for you, or give you a lot of different insights and address your personal challenges, needs, give you feedback, honest feedback that only somebody that you are investing in is going to give you. Because why would anybody want to give anybody positive, or say just any kind of feedback, when usually people just get angry or defensive, and then it ends up maybe even ruining that relationship. That's what can happen, right? So when you hire somebody like myself, a coach, you're paying me to give you that honest feedback. You're paying me to not sugarcoat things, and then I'm going to do that because it's my energy, it's my life force that I'm devoting to you and to your success. I came from a place where this didn't come naturally for me. I was bullied, I was mocked, I was criticized. I reached a sort of a low level of recognition in skateboarding before I learned any of these things about social dynamics. And so I was subjected to a lot of things that I didn't understand, which later, when I started educating myself and enlightening myself on all these different dynamics that are going on socially, put things into perspective, and then you realize, oh, it's not personal, that this is normal, that human beings, we behave in these ways because we are competing with one another. We are competing for resources. We are, there is status dynamics going on, and people are vying for attention or for power positions and these kinds of things. And that's just the way it is. It's just the way that humans are and the way life is. So then you're not resentful or angry about it, but then you learn how to navigate and move through the world more effectively when you understand these things. So understand that you're no less than anybody else. Some people had unfair advantages. Maybe they had positive reinforcement, a lot of acceptance, good influences growing up, and maybe were even given the knowledge that was helpful for them to succeed at a much younger age, that they instilled these values and were educated way earlier on in life. But wherever you're at, if you just, once you understand these things, you can now start putting in the work, and you can start cultivating this area of your life for yourself as well. And you're no different than anybody else. The only difference is that some people have been doing it longer. And if you're willing to work hard, if you're willing to change your behaviors and invest in yourself and do everything that you can to get the results that you want to get, you're likely to make that happen for yourself. But there's no guarantees. So enjoy the journey. But also be honest with yourself. And this is what I was going to say, is that if you're sticking to your comfort zone and you're only going out in the day, or you're not willing to go out at nighttime, you're not willing to put in the hours, you're not willing to put in the reps, well, then understand that you get basically what you put into this. If you're not getting the results, it's because you're not pushing yourself. You're not doing everything in your power to get the results that you want to have. I guarantee you, and that's another reason why it's good to get feedback from somebody from an outside perspective, because sometimes they can give you insights into things that you can't see when you're in it. So I'll leave you with that. Like and subscribe to the channel if you want to get more of this content. My name's Adam. Hit me up at datingdestruction@gmail.com. And until next time, peace out, my friends.